welcome. So I know this one is a little bit different. We're going to be tackling on the vegetable dumplings level 1 from our Sims game. And for this one, the recipe has ways for you to make the dumpling wrappers if you want. I am not. I'll talk more about that later because you're just currently staring at a pan with oil slowly starting to heat. So what we're doing is we're going to start with the vegetable filling since we're not making those wrappers. If you are making the wrappers, they rest for about 20 minutes. So it's a perfect time to make the wrappers first and then come back and work on your fillings. The other things, I pre-chopped everything because I was having a really bad day. So I like this kind of recipe, and I really think with a lot of like Asian cuisine, I should say Eastern actually, I apologize, you are able to find that you're able to like prep the vegetables one day and then like finish it the other day. So if you're having like low energy days, it's winter, so it's like, I don't know, I used to live in a much sunnier state, and so it was a lot easier, and now I'm so much more northern that I realize like how much the sun really affects me and stuff. So, or moon, whatever. Anyways, so to get ourselves started, we have this oil heating up in this pan, and then I have, as I mentioned, already pre-chopped everything to just help with my comfortability. I don't know. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to add in the ginger, garlic, and cabbage right now. Okay. So, and it will cook down. Like, that's one thing you can guarantee about like all these ingredients we're doing right now. They all cook down. I'm trying to decide if I want a spatula or tongs. I'm gonna go for tongs. Also a great time to cook with chopsticks. I just don't want to embarrass myself with you guys because let's face it, I know I'm not the best. Now it just got a drizzle. I feel like this is really hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and lower it. That's what I get for talking to you guys so much, huh? And we want this to go ahead and you want it to wilt down. So you're cooking out that moisture. That's why you don't add too much oil at the beginning. And then, so we do have that ginger and garlic. So we also want to make sure those don't get burned. That's why I'm still moving everything around. And so you can kind of go based off whatever feels good. As you can see, so this is supposed to be shredded cabbage. I didn't buy, and it says Napa cabbage, so I made sure to buy that cabbage because the stores I had didn't have them pre-shredded. And so I tried to shred it using, oh my gosh, mandolin, and like with one of the attachments. So that's why it kind of looks like this interesting way, and why there's like some bigger chunks. But yes, I feel like this looks really good, wilted. We have that richer green color that comes through when you heat up food this way. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to add in our mushrooms, green onions, carrots, along with our soy sauce and sesame oil. And we're going to do that until the oil evaporates, or liquid. Oh, my other favorite thing, in case you can't tell, is I like to, like, a nice way to prep if you're like, it wasn't on camera, so it didn't have to matter if I had them each in separate bowls this time, because I was just like, whatever. So you can put them in the same bowls if they're going to all go in at the same time. Really like that. Okay. I'm going to turn my heat back up because now we've added all of this coldness. I know I still haven't added these, so hold on. Ooh. I might add a little bit more sesame oil because I feel like that wasn't a lot, but maybe that's just me. And then of course we have our soy sauce. This is the other reason, so between tongs and chopsticks, because they're a lot nicer to mix, this is too wet and too full for me to feel comfortable to pick it up and flip it just using the pan, because that's the other way that you typically use. So there we go. Our liquid is going to be evaporated pretty soon. And essentially this is what our interior is going to look like. So if you're like, this looks a little bit too chunky, I don't think I'm going to like how this goes, one, know for yourself then you want to chop it more. Me, I don't care as much. So I don't think these are going to be like restaurant quality. but I do think these are gonna be perfect for me. Alright, so we already had soy sauce, so I'm not going to add too much more salt, but I'm going to go ahead and add in some pepper now. We are seeing we still have, or hopefully you can see, there's still some liquid in here, so we're still waiting for that to finish evaporating. I just want to go ahead, get this seasoned, and like I said, once it's done, we're going to go ahead and move, and we'll talk more about wrappers and actually wrapping them. So, with that being said, I'll check in with you guys soon. Marry me again. Here we are. I have already made vegetable. I already have dumpling wrappers pre-made. I did not want to make them myself, plain and simple. I'm doing a lot of baking, doing a lot of things. This isn't necessarily baking, but it's like a lot of dough rolling out. I just didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to mess it up. They're so thin, it scared me. Plain and simple. So I just decided to go to the store and cheat my way in that step. Here's the thing I will say though, and that I learned is not all dumpling wrappers are made the same. So definitely check for the ingredients, because some brands use egg and some brands do not. And that's all I gotta say about that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and try doing this. I've never done this before. I am learning. I am literally looking down at the recipe as we're doing this, just so that I'm not like being crazy. So we'll see. We'll just see. We'll see how this goes. So we have our little thing. We want to put tiny amount. I probably could have grabbed a smaller spoon, but, and then we wet the edges, and then, okay, anxiety, and then, so I think normally we're used to like going like that, and then I'm trying to think. I have not pleated in so long, so I guess I'm pleating on this back side instead. As you can see, my dumpling thing is coming up too much. Part of it is because I am going like really slow, and I don't think I wet the, hold on, please hold. I don't think I wet the ends well enough. Okay, but for first time ever, that is not bad. That is not bad for first time ever. I did not practice at all at a time. I'm so proud of myself. So I'm just trying to smooth these edges together, because then I'm not steaming them. I think steaming, they're probably more likely to pop open. I'm just also not steaming them because it takes more setup. So my point is I'm going to be frying mine, but it does have directions for if you want to do either way. If you have a steamer basket, I think that is even better. So I also think I did the right amount of filling. It's just folding techniques. So I'm going to do a couple more, and we're going to see if I improve. You're not going to have to watch me go through this process completely. I just wanted to show you a little bit. So I also am like, what if I wet it too much? What if I don't wet it enough? So here we go. Taco again. 1 pleat, 2 pleat. Oh. See, the trick is you're only pleating on one side, and I think it's because I'm doing it in such, and you're supposed to, so you're supposed to pleat one side and press it to the other. Pleat one side and press it to the other. Pleat one side and press it to the other. This one, so much worse. But we can kind of see like what I'm trying to do, and that's really all I can ask for at this point. So I'll do one more. I feel like this one didn't have as much filling as it probably needed to, based off the finished results. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. Okay, this one might be a little bit much. All right, like I said, this will be the last one we'll do together, and then I'll do the rest off screen, and then we'll check in when I'm doing the rest. Oh, other fun facts, since you're making these like at this point, technically you can put this in the fridge and these can go back into the fridge as well. Sealed, both of them obviously sealed up in a container, and you can just literally just make these when you're ready. You can always prep these ahead of time too though. Maybe it would have been better if I would have taken some time to try it another way. I don't think I get the ends done very well. So I like how this one looks though. Not too bad, not too bad, considering. That's all I have to say, considering like I'm not a pro. This is the first 3 I've ever done in my life. Pretty good. So my point being, you can make all of these, you can stop whenever you're like, I'm done wrapping, like, and then you can actually cook these whenever you're ready. So with that, I'll go ahead and check in with you guys later. Thank you for being here. Merry meet again. So here we are to finish up our dumplings. So just stick with me on this. We're gonna try our best. I wanted to show you, right? That one, like near perfect. So some of them, once I got like, I became less afraid to use my fingers on the back side to help. Sorry, you want to be careful not to stick them too close to each other. Although I just spaced them out way too much for how much I have. Did I count how many I was able to make? No. It's definitely more than 10. 3. See here. It's also over 20 for sure. So we have some that do have holes, so I'm kind of just like, you know, it's for me. Worst case scenario, they pop open and I have to eat it, you know? But we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna let these cook for about 1 minute on one side. Let that one side just soak up the oil, so you don't want to flip it during this time. That's very typical for dumplings. I feel like you'll notice that they will have, ooh, they are heating up fast, that they will have them like golden on only like one area, and then the rest gets cooked by steaming it. So these actually are looking good. I just wish I would have thought better on this, because they're getting that really beautiful color. But I didn't plan this well. Okay, so now also about things not being planned well. I don't have anything that actually covers this pan, nor do I have foil. Foil, if you have foil, it is a great thing to use if you do not have a cover. It's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna pour in this water, and we're gonna use a cookie sheet. And we're gonna let that steam for we're gonna let it steam for about 5 to 8 minutes. Just finish cooking the wrapper itself, because as you know, the interior is completely cooked. And with that, I'll check in with you guys when we have our full thing. I did already make this sauce. It's just combining all those ingredients. So I just did it off camera, made it nice and easy, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Merry meet again. So here we are with our completed dumplings. I did forget to mention, since I was using a cookie sheet, if that is something that you use to help cover up your pan, because for me it was just like I needed something large enough that wouldn't melt, but it is still metal, so it still gets hot. So if that's something you're using, these are things to keep in mind, is that it will still go ahead and get hot. And so you want to use oh my gosh, pot holders to support you in carrying those, so, and moving in and whatnot. But anyways, so here we are with our completed thing. It tastes good. It did get a little bit burnt, so if you're someone who likes it to be like more crispy even, just take more time and consideration when you're placing them initially, and that'll cover it for you. And that was my fault. I put them more on the bottom when really I wanted them more on one side versus standing up. So that's on me. It's still so good. It makes me happy, and that's the goal. So I'll call this a success and see you guys in the next one.